Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 7 of the Chrissy Corner podcast. I'm extremely excited for this episode because I feel like we have a guest on today that is a game changer, a mentor, and a friend. And I'm excited to kind of share your story and see what you're about. You know, I think this is a great way to connect and see what other people are doing. Like I said, I'm happy to have you on. Scotty, Christopher. I guess that's a good introduction.
What an intro.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
dude. You got the intro down.
Yeah, you know.
Got me excited.
It's episode 7 now, man.
I
This is
know.
season 1, episode 7. We're just getting started out here.
I just want you to know I'm proud of you. I'm proud of this, and I'm proud of your journey. So we'll get into all that. It's just I love being here. Thank you for having me, and we're gonna have fun. It's just two homies.
Yeah, we are. So you're someone that a lot of people don't know. Like, a lot of people have seen Virus, they've seen the clothing, and they don't know like where it's come from. Right. And you're a big reason for that. Can you tell me a little bit about like the process? Because one thing I'm proud of is this isn't just like we're slapping something on Nike. This is like custom from the very beginning going to the end. Just tell me a little bit about that process. Maybe a little bit about what Spark does as a company as well.
Yeah. So I kind of credit it to just like kind of how I grew up. I was always just like a little hustler, a little entrepreneur. So when I got to college, I was just like, thinking of ideas, and, Outline, Ohio came to me. It was the state of Ohio on clothing. So I just was like, my roommate at the time, he had a bunch of money, and I was a broke college student. So I said, hey, I have this idea. You want to, help me run this company? And he was all about it. So we started this like state brand at Ohio University, and this company just like blew up on every college campus in Ohio. But the thing we're big on is like, how can we get custom merchandising like with our own tags in it? Because we care so much about our community and so much about the brand identity that people don't care about. So we started that. It went well, and then from that, people loved our quality so much that it was just like, how can I do this for other people? So then Black Label started, and Black Label Prints was me helping other creators start their clothing brand. And then of course, as you see, we keep adding to it. Now it's Spark, and Spark is just a full creative agency, and we can kind of do everything for any company. So people don't know this, like I got scammed like $1,800 trying to do like custom merchandising. And for some reason, I still kept going. Like, I was like, I got to figure this out. One company just took my money and never responded to me. But I was like, I'm determined to figure out how, when we create this product, it's coming from custom fabric, and it's not just some Gildan hoodie that we're slapping a logo on. I'm big on the process of how it's getting made, because how can we curate a product and give it to your community if we're just going through the process, you know? I believe in like giving it your all, and your merchandise is next level, and we are just like a stepping stone in this process, but your vision and your ideas is what makes your company your company. Yeah. So I appreciate the feedback, but it's you, brother, and I'm proud of you because you designed some cool stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I like right now at this point, like I only really wear Virus, and like I feel, like it's awesome to be able to have that. Yeah. But like, there's just like little things I think matter when you're like doing a brand, and those little things are the custom tags, the custom bags, when something comes in and I see my tag on it, like it really feels like, man, like this is really us that we created this, so. Exactly. One thing that I've been seeing lately with some of my kids that I train, and just like something I've really battled with my entire life, is when you start to elevate, when you start to put the work in and do extra things, for some reason it feels like the people around you try to hold you back.
For sure.
Right? And like, can you talk to me a little bit about why that is, and how do you get through that when you're starting to go the extra mile and your peers and people around you are like, they feel that, they almost feel threatened in a way. Yeah. How do you like separate yourself from all that?
So that's a great question. So they always say you're the sum of the closest 5 people around you. And I really believe that it's your circle and your environment you put yourself in. Mm-hmm. So, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I love my hometown. But I feel very limited in my hometown. So like the whole like Los Angeles is me just being in a place full of dreams and full of possibilities, full of people just going after things. But you should have that feeling everywhere. And honestly, it's the people around you. You gotta focus in on your circle. And it's so funny. We were just having this conversation in the car. I don't have any like negativity or any drama around me because I don't let that in. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I got a circle where like if somebody leaves their phone out, or if somebody's like, it's the safest environment because we all are high level thinkers. We all just want to create. We all just want to have fun. So I always tell people, like, you know, this, like, I believe in relationships over revenue, and I'm big on like fostering relationships and really like honing in and being genuine in relationships. So, you know, I try to go the extra mile with everybody who I come around, and I just wanted to come off as like super natural. So I'm just really being myself. But as you elevate, you have to just be mindful that you have to love everybody for where they're at. Because I had a hard time with this. I'm like, why is everybody complacent? Why does everybody think like me?
Yeah.
Everybody's not supposed to think like us. We're delusional optimists.
Right.
We have a building with somebody else's name on it that we took over to lease because we believe so much in our dreams. We have a whole fashion brand. We have a whole athletic company. We have a whole fitness training company. You have all these things.
Right.
Because you believe in yourself and you're a delusional optimist, and you just, in your mind, you say, this is going to work out, and I'm just going to work until it works out.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to be like that.
Right.
So you got to have to love those people and just know, like, hey, like, you know, my high school friends, I will love them. Those are my boys. When we hang out, they might be talking about stuff that I don't even care about. But in that moment, I'm going to just talk about that stuff. But like, I'm right back to it and right back around the people that's going to help me continue to elevate. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Totally.
So you do have to love people for where they're at, because everybody's not supposed to be like on this journey, you know?
Yeah.
And we can't talk down on people who just want to live a life that they love.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Totally. Yeah, I think that's something that sometimes I struggle with too, you know, because I'm just like, why aren't you like, you know, whether it's like family or other people, like, you see me doing all this stuff, like, why aren't you like that, you know? And I just think you can't force it. Like you said, like, there's so many different life experiences, people I've been around, like, that has made me into this person that I am today, you know? Like, it's not just like something that naturally happens.
Wow, that's beautiful.
You know, so, yeah, I think that's really cool. Talk to me about balance, because this is something that I feel like I really struggle with. Like, I'm the type of person that if I have free time, I'm working, right? Like, you know, 15-hour days, whatever it is, like all week, I can do that, right? But I think one thing that I really struggle with is balance and like having normal time to be like a normal human and do those types of things. Like, what do you do to kind of have that balance in your life where you're not just like only working, you have no social life?
Yeah. So balance is super important. I'm probably not the person to ask this because I don't have any balance, but I try to do things to balance it more, right? So like for me, like, I'm gonna just kind of lay out my days. So if I'm in Los Angeles, I'm waking up at 5:30 and I'm probably working until 4:30. And then I guess my balance for myself is for somebody to find their outlet, their healthy outlet. So whether that's working out, whether that's going on a walk. So mine in Los Angeles, I love hitting the sunset. It just like resets my brain. So I like leave my apartment. I live in Santa Monica by the beach, run to the beach, see a nice sunset. Then I come right back to work. So like in the stage that I'm in right now, I'm kind of sacrificing balance to get to where I want to be. But you do have to make time for friends. You do have to prioritize family because those things are not always going to be around, right? Tomorrow's not promised, you know? So I do take that into account. So like this year we have been trying to prioritize family more, like spending time with family because that's important, spending time with friends. So you're never going to have the right balance. You just have to find out what's important in your life and make sure you give time to the things that are important, you know? So like for me in this season, going out is not that important, you know? So it's just like, I want to sacrifice going out to spend more time with, you know, my family. So it's just, you're never going to get like a perfect balance, but my advice to anybody is finding things that are important to you and just make sure you know, allocate time to those things. Right.
Do you feel like you're mentality kind of shifts throughout the year, where like you might be 6 months where you're like locked in, super disciplined, sober, not going out, whatever it is. And then, maybe for a month I'll take a break, or maybe I'll go on a trip and go travel somewhere.
Dude, last year I went to Miami for 2 months and I did absolutely nothing. I was just like hanging out with Latinas, like going out, just having fun, eating the best food. But in that time I was game planning how I wanted Spark to be. So, but I wasn't like actively like doing work. I just, just vibed out for a couple months. However, where I'm at right now, you got to stay locked in and be consistent. I believe in consistency, and I believe in like, how can you have these big dreams if you have poor habits? You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
People have these wealthy ideas, but they have bad habits. So I'm all about winning today. Do all the small things. I don't know if you know this, but all I want to do, I don't want to hit home runs. I just want to get on first base, right? Just hit a little single, get on first base. And what's going to happen? You might help me, give me a connection. You're going to give me the second.
Yeah.
Somebody might hit me the third, and eventually I'll get to home. You get what I'm saying? Everybody try to hit like these home runs, and I tell them like, did you try to do something for 365 days? Well, no, Scotty, I quit. Like, it was too hard. You got it. Like, I'm all about like failing fast and pivoting.
Yeah.
But you got to give this stuff time. I believe in like compound interest, and I feel like things are happening for me and for my life is because I just been at it for like the last like 5-6 years. Yeah. And I feel like don't be around in 10 years. Like, don't be around in 10 years, because the way I'm moving, I just believe like everything's come back to you. So I don't know what your original question was, but win today is one of my just big things. I'm all about just like stacking up small wins.
Yeah. I think like when I first started like kind of conceptualizing all this and building it, I was like, oh man, like 12 months, 18 months, like, man, I'm going to be rolling. Things are going to be rolling. Yeah. And that first 12 months went by, that first 18 months went by, and I'm like, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah.
And I don't even think it was a matter of doing something wrong. I think it just takes so much time. And I wouldn't even consider myself to be winning right now because of what my vision and what my goals are. But my life has changed so much in the last 3 years. It's like, Can
I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So I'm all about like people being able to make their comments about their life. So when you say I'm not winning, I don't mind that comment. I'm just going to push back on it a little bit.
I love that.
So I look around, right? And did you two meet because of your company?
Yeah.
What about this guy?
No, but
no?
He's back in my life because of it.
Yeah, back. Okay. But right here, how do you feel about this guy?
Love him.
I think that's a success story.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Totally,
so like,
totally.
It's how you measure it. It's like based off the connections alone, the people I know, I love what I do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can have a down year. Say I have a down year, or I just break even. I don't make $1, I just break it. I don't lose money, I don't make money. But man, we met a lot of cool people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And maybe I shouldn't look at it like that, because I'm just so big on just like people and relationships. But now, like, I'm making, right now I'm in a very good spot. I'm very blessed. But dude, early on, you gotta be so addicted to the process and just so like enjoying the journey and just never having a doubt and just having like faith that I know this is gonna work out. I know everything I put into this, all my dreams are gonna come true, and this is just a part of the journey.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I'm not saying like I just know how you are. You're super tough on yourself, and dude, behind closed doors, I'm actually tough on myself too.
Yeah.
Because I still don't see myself as successful. Like when people tell me I'm successful, I'm like, wait, what? You know? Because I'm just doing this every day, and I'm not really seeing the impact on it because I'm just in front of my computer all day.
Yeah.
But, bro, when I walk around and I see this, it makes me happy. It motivates me. It gets me inspired. I'm fired up. I want to get to work. And I just know that this is just a stepping stone to you. So I love everything you're doing. I think you're super successful because I define success about like the people you impact, the people you have around you. and I'm looking around and all I'm seeing is success.
Totally.
And you impacted my life so much.
Yeah.
So I think you're extremely successful. I think you made a difference not only to me but a lot of people, and I'm super proud of you.
For sure. And I think maybe success might have been a bad word. Like maybe it's I'm not content, right?
Yeah.
But like I love my life every single day. It's like when I wake up at 5:30 or 5 a.m. and I can just get out of my bed and I'm like excited to go do it. Like I haven't felt like I had like a bad day in so long because of the people around me, the relationships I have. You know, I can like legitimately see lives that I've changed, and like I'm like, man, this is awesome. Like I wouldn't, you know, I don't want to be anywhere else. I'm just like you said, I'm just like kind of along in a part of that journey right now. You know?
And like I say, we have, as high level performers, we have internal battles every day. So like the whole like content, you know, and I asked Gary Vee this question in person. I said, dude, Gary, like I'm talking to so many, I'm doing so many things, Gary, like should I just channel in one? Like, he's like, hell no. He said, they can channel in one. Me and you, we're not like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel the same way for you. So I said, well, Gary, am I ever going to be content? I feel like I'm never going to be content, you know? He's like, fuck no, you're not going to be content. We're never going to be content.
Yeah.
So so I don't know, like, I'm being honest with you, like.
Probably will never feel content.
I don't know. It's like, once I climb this mountain.
Yeah, I feel like that's
I'm looking at the next mountain.
It's probably because content, like, that's kind of like made up though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what even is that?
Yeah.
Like, I guess I'd rather sit here and talk about like how much you enjoy and like love your life rather, you know. But
do you think you're happy?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay. Has that been a journey? It has been for me.
I think it has, man. You know, I think I had to figure out like what made me happy. You know, like I'm kind of like different. Like things that make me happy are like my health is number one for me, right? So like eating really healthy and putting the right stuff in my body. Like I love feeling good. You know, like that makes me happy. You know, having my family around me, having great friends, doing a job where I don't feel like I have to clock in and clock out, you know, like those are the types of things that like make me happy. So yeah, it's been a journey though, because when I first started this back, you know, when I first started conceptualizing, like I can tell you straight up, I wasn't happy, and I'm trying to figure out what is happiness. And I think another thing that really I'm big that is going to make me happy is freedom.
Nice.
You know, and having that freedom, not just to be able to not do anything, but like, how are you free in your life?
Right.
Because I think there's so many people that aren't free. They have no say on like a lot of aspects of their life, you know, and trying to find that freedom, I think is like crucial, especially for me.
No, that's beautiful. Yeah, happiness has been a journey for me. I think it's like the people around me just wasn't filling my cup, you know. Just imagine this is a cup and I'm pouring into everybody and I'm pouring, you know, but nobody's pouring into my cup.
Right.
Now I have people who pour in my cup. But happiness has been a journey for me. I have my ups and downs, but I realize that entrepreneurship is lonely, and I'm okay with that. And people will never move at the speed I want to move because it's our baby and it's our passion, and we have to be okay with that. But yeah, man, you just have to, you hit it right on the nail, dude. You have to just enjoy the journey. And it's so cool just talking to you and you have me on your podcast because like we relate in so many areas. Yeah. And I love this because it's like you don't have these conversations every day.
It is like, it does get me excited because like I remember when we first started talking about, we first started designing first drop. Yeah. You're like, what do you want all this to be? You know, like where do you want this to go? And I'm like telling you, and you know, I never felt like you were ever like, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Like you were like, do it. Yeah. Like you had that ultimate faith in me, and I think that is part of the reason that I am where I am today. Let me kind of change gears here, right? Because we're talking about where we are right now. Like when you first started Outline, Ohio, or you're going, you first get to LA, like you don't know anybody there. You're a nobody. Yeah. Right?
Still I'm a nobody.
Yeah. I mean, like what do you do? I know it's your personality. I know that's just kind of how you are, but like where do you find the confidence to go and just talk to a guy like the guys at Bloody Sunday or, you know, wherever it took you to get Black Label going? Like you were a nobody and you still had that drive and that willingness to just like be uncomfortable. Where does that come from? What does that feel like?
So I thrive in uncomfortableness, and I try to put myself in uncomfortable situations because you only grow when you're uncomfortable.
Have you always been like that? Has that been something that you were even like when you were in junior high school?
Yeah, so I was, I learned rejection early. So I think everybody should try to learn rejection early. And what I mean by this is you need to be told no a lot early on in your life. Because if you're told no a lot early on, you're not scared of rejection. You're not scared of no. Yeah. No just means next opportunity. And my mind shifted to that.
Is that from your parents that came from?
Yeah. So, yeah, my parents are amazing. They're awesome. So
let's not say they're bad parents for telling you no either.
Yeah, no, they're amazing. So, so when I grew up, if I wanted something, I had to buy it myself.
Yeah.
So I grew up in Berea, and Berea has the Browns training facility, and every summer they have the training camp. Mm-hmm. And I just asked my parents, and they still don't know how I came to them with this idea, but I asked my parents if I could have a wagon, because I wanted a wagon so I could sell water and Gatorade. And this, I'm like 10, or 9 or 10. And I did this every summer, and I made like a lot of money as a 9 or 10-year-old. Like I would like make like, you know, it's a 3-week period. I was making like maybe like $70 a day. Like I was bringing some good money in for a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
So I learned,
especially back then, man, inflation was different. Exactly. Like that's like, that might be like $200 now.
Yeah, exactly. So I was, $500 a week for like 3 weeks, maybe $1,500 as like a 10-year-old. Mm-hmm. But during me carrying that wagon, I learned that a lot of people are going to say no to me. And I learned that I can buy a pack of water for $3 and I can sell it for $1 each, and I'm making a $19 profit off it. I learned this at a very young age. Mm-hmm. And I also learned that if I make that dollar $1.50 and I make my Gatorade not $2.50, that they're most likely going to give me $2 for the water and $3 for the Gatorade, and they're not going to want their change. Mm-hmm. So I learned like psychology early, like marketing early, how to flip $1 into $2 early. And I just, since then I've been, in high school I had a sneaker reselling business. I sold like Jordans. I would have like 100 boxes at a time. Wow. So it's just like, so I had a huge reselling sneaker business in high school. Then college, Outline, Ohio, and then it's always going to just lead to something else. Yeah. So once I got to LA, I was just like, oh, this is my playground. This is everybody who's like me. And I learned I was just a naive kid, and it's very opportunist, and you have to be sharp. So it just sharpened me as an entrepreneur, but I didn't want to lose my personality. Yeah. Somebody told me never let them take that away from you. So when I walk into a room, I try to like really just like get to really know people, and I treat humans like humans. So like the whole like, cause I met a lot of people that have like a high status in this world. Yeah. And to be honest, I just had a normal conversation with them, and I realized that through my experience, I know a lot. Mm-hmm. And sometimes like these people like rely on me to give them answers. So I have to be confident in what I say. So yeah, I know some amazing people, know some amazing creators, amazing entrepreneurs, like public figures in the world. And, my thing is I want to be important to important people. I don't need like my name's on the article. I just want my phone ringing all day from people who need things. Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. You talk about being sharp, and you've kind of like alluded to this a little bit throughout the entirety of this podcast. What is like sharpness to you? Yeah. Is that like your routine? Is that when you're waking up? Is that how much time you're spending on your phone? I think the idea behind this podcast is like, let's find game changers, right? Let's find game changers and like figure out why.
Let's give them some game.
Yeah.
So, I think as humans, we limit ourselves, right? So there's no limit. So I got rid of the concept of time. Mm-hmm. So what that means is like a lot of people say, okay, I got to go to work from 9 to 5, or I got to work out at this time. And they're just very focused on like times that society put it in for us, right? Yeah. I get the most work done on Saturday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. And that's like one of my biggest hacks.
That's supposed to be your rest day.
Yeah, no, we do not rest. We have our downtime, church every Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Like we get away, like I'm usually at dinner with somebody beautiful a couple days a week. Like I have my time where I can get away, but it's like I'm very routine based where like the main thing is the main thing, and we don't miss on the little details. Yeah. So if I have a meeting, we don't miss a meeting. I don't get sick. We don't miss a meeting. what Phil Knight said in his Nike thing he hung up in the office, right? He has 10 things. One of my favorite things is the job is not finished until it's done. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people think they arrived and they didn't even finish the job. You're happy that you landed that client. You haven't even done anything. You haven't executed.
Right.
So I'm big on execution. A lot of successful people, they execute at a very high level. They make no excuses. But when we talk like this, you got to remember our confidence brings out insecurities. So we got to be careful. Not be careful. It's just like, I can have these conversations with you.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I have some people, they wake up at noon. I said, how can you wake up at noon?
Right.
Like, how can you want everything in your life and you wake up at noon? You know, my dreams wake me up every morning and I get after it. Sometimes I don't even have things to do. I need to be up.
Yeah.
And I need to be at it and I need to be focused. They say in order to be ready, to be ready, you have to stay ready. So I'm ready at all times. So I'm just very like locked in on a routine. If we say something, we're going to do it. And just trying to provide the best experience for your end user or your client, but not only for people that you're doing service business for your circle. How can you impact your world if you can't even impact your circle?
Yeah.
So everything I do, I try to have the team do, you know? And it's not about like, you got to wake up early and all this stuff, but it's like, what are your daily habits?
Yeah.
Do you have a routine? Do we have a system in place? Do we have a schedule? And are we following the schedule? Are we saying everything that we're going to do, are we getting it done?
Yeah. I feel like I kind of put myself in a bad scenario because the whole thing behind Virus is being a game changer.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's no way I can make this the main thing about Virus and I can't be a game changer, right? So now it's like these things are non-negotiables for me, you know? Like that's why I'm the self-proclaimed CEO of the Breakfast Club. I'm like, listen, you guys tell me you want to go play college sports, but you're not willing to wake up before school to come do it. Even if we just sit and talk before school and we don't even do anything in workout, you're telling me you can't even wake up before, you know? So I think that's really cool.
And I guess like for game changer, so when I hear game changer, I think, and I'm not trying to compare it, but I think like Kobe mentality.
Yeah. Like
so
Mamba.
I think, so Mamba mentality. And like Kobe was the best player in the NBA, the best player in the NBA for a duration of time. And he was still outworking people.
Yeah.
What is your excuse?
Right.
What is your excuse? He had the best jump shot, or he was doing the best footwork, whatever you want to call it, and he's still outworking people. He's still waking up in the morning. So when we think of the mentality for game changer, I just get that same mentality of like just go-getters, self-starters, people who just are willing to make a change. People who are changing the game. In order to change the game, you have to do things different.
Yep.
And I think you created innovative ways to do it different. You know, I do think you have fun with it. I think you're not scared to push the envelope. And I think you're also not scared to bet on yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand, why are you sitting down at a table with cameras around you? You know, it's like people don't even understand content. So I'm saying like, I love how you're thinking of this brand and getting innovative, but I just love how game changer is like, it's going to be a word where when people hear it, they resonate with your brand, and it makes them feel like when you hear Mamba, and you hear Kobe mentality, game changer is going to have that same effect.
Totally. And I think like, it's like why I talk to these parents and it's like, why would I want my kid to come train with you? Like I could sit here and sell you on the stuff we're doing, the research I've done, the programs that we follow, but it's like, why would you not want your kids around other game changers? You know, I got kids in here that they're coming to the Breakfast Club. They're doing the extra stuff. They're going out of their way. Like, why would you not want to be a part of that, you know? But nonetheless, I think that word is like so meaningful. The more that I think about it, the more that I like try to be a game changer, the more like good things happen to me. You know, I got a couple more things here that I want to talk about. One thing that I feel like by the way, there's so many things that you've said today where I'm like, wow, we really are like very similar, you know, like so many different things. But one thing that I've noticed about you is you're like very private about relationships.
I am.
Especially with someone, a significant other or something like that, right? I've never seen you post somebody or like show me that side of your world. Like, what is the purpose of you being so private about that? Because I'm the same way.
Yeah. So I wasn't once private about it. And I was in 2 previous relationships and they were very like out there. And I think like once you put it out to the world, I think people like want to kind of ruin it.
Yeah.
And somebody told me this. They said, keep it private until it's permanent. And it really stuck with me because, like, you know, I love. And, like, that's my biggest balance. And this is, like,
love,
is, like, having that significant other who can build this life with me. Mm-hmm. And I hang around beautiful women all year around. It's a luxury I have. It's the environments I'm in. And these people are the most amazing people. But right now, I'm just kind of locked into my craft and where we're trying to get, where I'm super transparent with everyone, saying my main focus is Spark and building this creative agency. But once something sticks, it'll stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just with relationships, I think I'm going to keep it private till it's permanent. So once like I'm super locked in with something, I see like a future with them, I will start sharing it, because I do think it's important to showcase your significant other, because it kind of lets people know, it kind of lets people know like you have somebody, your boundaries, who you are. But it's tough because, like how I market myself, it's called attraction marketing, right? Mm-hmm. So I try to create content around my life where clients come to me and I never have to go to them, right?
Yeah.
And when you do that type of stuff, like I pretty much kind of show everything. So you can't keep things private, Yeah. But I do think it's important to have something in your life that you can have to yourself.
Totally.
And that's my relationship with women. I think like that should be to myself.
I love that.
But yeah, keep it private till it's permanent.
Just a quick side note, Smooth Wave, he is someone that he's got someone permanent. Just want to give a quick shout out. Pregnant, one on the way, and he's naming it Ryan, of course, too.
You got a baby on the way?
Wait, man, yep.
Dang, I'm proud of you, bro. You're gonna be a good dad.
He's gonna be a great dad. He's a man of God. He's a game changer.
Do you know the gender?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
Probably about a month.
I'm proud of you.
Appreciate it, man.
That's like, that's the biggest blessing right there.
I just keep looking at him differently, though.
Yeah.
I swear he's like already getting dad strength.
Yeah, he's already. His shorts is getting a little high.
That's right. Hey, come on.
He's gonna start wearing cargos around or something.
Good for you.
Appreciate it.
I want to talk about one more thing here to finish up today.
Yeah.
We've covered the game changer. We've covered so many different topics, but one thing that I feel like we really have talked about a lot before, and I think it's absolutely critical if you're doing in this world that we're in, creativity.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
Like, how do you be creative? Why is it important to be creative? Yeah. Why should I not just follow what Nike did and do the exact same thing, try to be the exact same, right? Like, let's talk creativity and how important that is for you and just different ways you try to be creative.
Have you heard of the purple cow analogy?
I haven't.
Okay, so it's super basic, but I love using it. So when you're riding like on the highway and you see a bunch of cows, you're just, I see cows every day. They look kind of still. So it's just, you turn and you look. You turn and you just keep driving.
Yeah.
What if you see a purple cow? Like, what is that purple cow? And
you might even stop the car.
Yeah, you might even stop the car. And the purple cow is the X factor. And I always say to people, what's your X factor? How do you how are you different from your competitor, from people? And you can only answer that question with creativity. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So, as you know, I posted on my Instagram story and got a bunch of response. You responded.
Totally.
And I said, as you scale, how do you not sacrifice creativity? And a lot of people said, you just got to make the right hires. And I do believe in a team. Like, finally got a good assistant now, got a salesperson, ties in the business, have a social media person. So I'm building out the team. But for me to be the best for myself, for my company, for my friends, this all started off with me having an idea and bringing that idea to life and trying to be creative and trying to be different. I'm always trying to be creative and I'm trying to be different. And if I lose that, I lose myself.
Yeah.
So there's no option to get rid of creativity. You can't sacrifice it because not too many people have it. And if we have it, we have to find people around us that can do the other stuff. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Totally.
So I was just like, building this company, like, it's getting to a place where I'm finally happy about it. And I'm on meetings talking about things I don't love, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, is it worth it? Mm-hmm. And to me, it's not. So I've brought in the people to handle those conversations. Because when people come to me, I want it to be strategy, creativity. Like, I want us to be able to, like, it's like an art piece. And I want us to be able to really paint the picture. Because last night we had a photo shoot. And I love bouncing ideas off of other people. And everybody was looking at me like, Scotty, you're the creative person. Scotty, whatever you want. Scotty, whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Scotty, what? And I was just like, it's kind of cool. You know, it's kind of cool that, like, they believe in your vision so much. And, like, when people, like regard me in person, like this one dude last night, he was like, he's a man behind all this. He's a creative genius behind all this. And I don't think I'm a creative genius, but it's so cool that I have people in the world that think, like, what I'm building for them is, like, the coolest thing ever. Yeah. It is kind of cool. Yeah, and that's all creativity. So I can't do anything else but create.
Yeah. I think, you told me that you were talking to me about success earlier. Your thoughts are original. They come from you.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that they're really coming from anywhere else. So you are a creative genius in my mind, because I feel like that's something that we've kind of lost. It's like the book 1984.
Yeah.
Is it 84 or 81? 1984. Right?
Yeah, I think it's 84.
1984, like it's like, it's a group thing. People don't have their original thoughts anymore, right. You know? And it's like, the more I think about it, like, man, if you do have your own thoughts, it's like not coming from anywhere else. Like not coming from some content piece or some person that you heard it from. Like, if it's coming from you, maybe you are a creative genius, you know?
Well, two things on that. Somebody told me it's important what you consume. And this is the whole balance thing. This goes back to balance. This is a better answer. Mm-hmm. So say you're swiping through Instagram, we all do it, stories. And you saw Lucy was eating pizza yesterday. You saw Sarah was, a thirst trap. You saw Andy's going to the gym. You don't realize you're consuming all that, and it's getting stored in your brain, and it's limiting your creative potential to unlock things here. Mm. So you got to be careful what you consume.
Like, how do you, like, not put limits on your creativity? Do you just try to create as much as possible?
No, I don't. I try not to consume content. Because I feel like that's a blockage of what I want to create.
Yeah.
So I'm not really, like, you can hide people's stories, and I probably hit, like, 50% of the people I follow, and I only see stories that, like, motivate me. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll see your story, and you're usually doing something that, like, that's a good story
to be seeing.
To register.
Yeah.
But, like, it's sad, but, like, I can't not consume, like, I can't consume any just, like, low level, like, it's the most normal things in life. For me to, like, really unlock everything I want to do, I said I can't consume content like that. So I put, like, a screen time limit. I only have hours on Instagram a day. Mm-hmm. And that's why I just usually, like, post a story. Like, I do a recap, and that's, like, usually, like,
that's
my
your
Instagram time, you know? Yeah. So that's one thing, is what you consume. And the other thing is, and this is probably why I shifted, I think everybody on Instagram is a guru, mm-hmm. right? Everybody's giving advice. Everybody. You go on your story, all you see is all these quotes. And you know these people, and you're like, you're not listening to any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So, so I don't want to be that's why I say I don't want to be a guru. I want to be known as a person that just persevered through it all.
Yeah, a doer.
A doer.
Yeah.
They say, we know that kid. We can't really hate on him because he's just been doing it over and over, and he just kept persevering, and he kept getting over that obstacle, and he kept climbing that mountain. He kept going after he said no, after he failed, after he got knocked down again, he got punched down, and he just kept getting up.
Yeah.
I'd rather be known as that guy than, I'm a marketing guru, you should take my course. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm just like, it's just like, it's super organic. Everything is authentic, organic of, like, what I'm trying to curate in the world. And it's not me, it's we, because I believe in a team. But I'm at a point now, I just want to put my head down. I want to work. And I kind of just, like, the whole social thing and the whole like online thing, I'd rather like build this company and just be quiet. But I understand content, so I'm still gonna post. But yeah, man, it's fun. It's fun.
Awesome. Well, this has been great. I feel like we could probably go for maybe 6 more hours if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good time to wrap it up because there's so many topics that I feel like the audience, the people that are watching this, are going to be able to gain something from this. I got you some bands. I got you some gear. I just want you to think about when you're rocking the bands, like, you know,
now,
you're a game changer, bro. Like, I want you to think about that.
So, can we wrap it up by saying, because I want to reference this like in years, where is Game Changer now, and where do you want it to be? Where do you want it to go?
I feel like right now it's about learning how to become a game changer.
Okay.
Right? Like, what do you actually have to be doing on a daily basis in your habits, in your life, in your lifestyle to become a game changer? Right. Because that's the really cool thing I love about this is like I'm learning how to become a game changer, right? And I think in the future, it's going to be, we have the process that's going to help you be the game changer, right? And now that's just a part of your life. But right now it's all about becoming that game changer, being that person. What does it take to be that person? And like I said, that's learning myself, right? Like that's learning how to have great habits and read instead of watch TikTok and wake up early instead of staying up until 2 a.m. Not going out instead of doing this, right? So like, I feel like for me, it's like right now learning how to become a game changer. And then, you know, in the future, just like helping others be game changers and already be a game changer myself. Yeah, so mic drop. We don't have to say anything after that. Thank you for having me on. I love your brand. I love what you're doing. You're a game changer. I'm a game changer. We're all game changers, and I appreciate you. I'm excited for the journey that you're going to continue on. And I just think like in the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to just look back and be like, we had kind of had no idea what we were really doing, and it would lead to this. Yeah. And this is crazy. Yeah. You know? No, it is crazy. So I'm proud of you, and just know, like, I don't see a world where it doesn't work out and all your dreams don't happen. And I believe in you, and I'm just excited for you. And I'm going to continue to call you and be, Ryan, how you doing? Yeah. I'm checking in on you, you know? So I'll continue to check in on you, brother, because I just know in this journey you need people around you, and I rely so much on you. So I appreciate you. I'm excited for you, and thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you, man. Amazing. So good.